Yeah. Good evening, everyone. Yes, we are live. Thank you. Good evening. My name is Fumilola Akintola Williams. I'm happy that you're joining me again. How's your week been at your end? At mine? Thank God. Thank God. Thank God. Scripture says in all things to give thanks to God. So we give thanks. It's been roller coaster, yeah, but then here we are again. Yes, doing what we know how to do best. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for coming. Thank you for not saying what she gonna say, how she gonna say it, what's new, what she's saying. Okay, for every time I want to say, how many people are actually watching? Does it really matter? Are you sure? And all of those things. And when all those things play on my mind, I just remember, okay, if it's just one person, just two people, then it's worth something. So I'd like you to know that I appreciate the fact that you join me always. Every time, every Saturday, 7 to 8 p.m. Yes. And once again, my name is Fumi Lola Hakitola Williams. I'm the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. The Informed and Reformed Teens Academy is an academy for young girls, just young girls. I like to say that, I like to emphasize it. Yes, we have a curriculum that we have built by the grace of God to help your young girl from the age of 8 until she transitions into adulthood. And then I like to call ourselves, I like to call myself your parenting partner, on your parenting journey, even though you are the one that's parenting the child. But as I always say, this when it comes to teenagers, the parents, even though they are the parent, they're the most important, they are not the most influential at that point of time. So that's what we provide at the Informed and the Reformed Teens Academy. We have a curriculum strictly for girls, to run them through all they need to know before they leave your home, and to also guide them into making awesome choices. As you know, choices determine where we end up eventually. To help them make choices that so that when their adult self, like they say, will be proud of their younger self. So if you have a daughter, she's from age 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, and 18. Yes. So please bring them on board. The fee just 80,000 per annum. So we have a whole year curriculum. Don't say, it's too much. Just think of how much more you're going to spend. God forbid when we have to deal with more serious issues, okay? When it's emergency, trust me, you will not bother to negotiate the fee with the counselor. And I like to tell us again, please don't parent your child alone. It is no longer wisdom. It is no longer practicable. It is no longer obtainable to parent your child alone. You need a community. Even you as a parent, I am in a parenting academy. I've never been a parent before. I do not know how to be a parent until I got a daughter. And the moment I got a daughter, I didn't even know what I was doing until just a couple of years, down the line. So please, I encourage you, get knowledge. What will make you parent effectively and successfully in these times that we are in this era that we are in, is a level of knowledge that you have, what you know, what you're willing to put to work. I know that it's a lot of work. I know that life is challenging. Adulthood is challenging on its own. But I can always say these children didn't beg to be born. So please, dear parents, if you are listening to this, please get yourself a community to learn from. Don't say, how can I learn how to be a parent? Well, have you been a parent before? Well, me have never been until, So if you have never been, why did we learn to speak? Why did we learn to go to school? Why did we learn to study all the things that we studied in school? We could have said, I was born. It's innate. Even if it is innate, there's a lot of mistakes that you would avoid by having knowledge. So I am rooting for you on your journey. And as you are in the parenting academy, kindly bring your teenage girls to us. Yes, that's what we do. We are Twitter Academy on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. And when you check us out, please subscribe to our channels, okay? Like us, talk to your friends about us. We're just starting, we're just growing, but we can grow together. Yeah, thank you. That is by way of introduction. Okay, so what we're talking about today, how to resuscitate the culture of etiquettes among teenagers. I'm currently working on a book, and I just said, okay, let me just share some snippets out of what it is that I am working on. So that's why we are here. Who has seen a young person just walk by, a young person 14, 15, I don't know whether it has happened to you, but it has happened to me countless times. They just walk by, they just walk past as though they didn't see you. These are the times that we are living in. no etiquette, everything is zero. And then you wonder, who are the people raising these kids? Even though they are teenagers, I like to call them, say, I still like to call them kids, because a lot of time the things they do makes you wonder. So that's what we're talking about today. How to resuscitate it. How do we do it that our teenagers have manners? What do we do? How can we help them? In a lot of these things, we just leave it to chance. If, for example, if you leave it to chance that, oh, my child is grown, so automatically she should or he should know how to cook, without ever deliberately teaching that child, you're kidding yourself, right? It's a joke. She's never gonna learn. Yeah. So don't assume the etiquette to jump on them. And for everything, I have come to realize that for everything you want your child to know, you really have to sit your butt down and teach it. Yes, you teach it. You want them to know. So if you want them to know etiquette, manners, don't assume that, oh, is she not seeing me? While we were much younger, I can't count the number of times that I will have going somewhere with my mom. So maybe she greets somebody, and then children, your mind is not even there. So maybe she greets and I don't greet. The fact that I was seeing her greet is not gonna, it's not gonna register in my head to greet too. Until she resets my brain, like by twisting my hair or something. And that's when I know that, hey, sorry, ma, good evening, ma. So why can't she say, after all, you saw me. It doesn't matter. Sometimes we do not just leave things to chances. So that's what we're talking about today. How do we resuscitate the culture of etiquette among teenagers? The number one thing that you need to do is you have to let them know what etiquette really is. What is etiquette? You have to know that etiquette is the accepted code of behavior in a particular society, accepted code of conduct, accepted code of politeness. As a matter of fact, I put a lot of other adjectives to qualify etiquette. So you have to let them know. Let them know that etiquette is kindness. Yes. Etiquette, you can call it respect. Yes. Etiquette is poise. Etiquette is finesse. Etiquette is grace. There's no good word that you use to qualify etiquette that is not that is a waste, because that is what it really is. So you have to let them know. Some of them just think, oh, all of these things are old fashioned. No, it's not. Being respectful, being cautious, being kind can never be old fashioned. You have to let them know that what etiquette really is. And I've just given it to us that etiquette is the accepted code of polite behavior in a particular society. That is what it is. So, except your teenager is saying to me that, oh, I'd rather not be polite. That's when she's not going to mind how she interacts, whether in the home or in the society. So you have to let them know that, see, we're not barbarians, we're not baboons. We don't just behave anyhow. There's an acceptable way of behavior. Okay, I was telling the teenagers, and I was one of my sessions, and I said, see, for example, now all of us are gathered at a meeting, and somebody just walks in. Sorry, not walking. Walking is even nice. Somebody just barges in and then goes in and then grabs a chair and sits without as much as a hello to anyone. How are you going to feel? All of them said they were going to feel repulsed, and that is it. So let them know that it's not old fashioned, it's not stuffy, it's not boring. They think that it can never be boring to be kind to somebody. It can never be boring to be nice, to be polite, to be cautious. It can't ever be boring. So they have to understand what etiquette really is. So, and because of how it came down, it came down from the French before the British got it. And you know how, for some of us that read a lot of all these novels while growing up. I read quite a lot, while growing up. So there's a way they portray them, how to even how to walk, how to say, how to do this, even how to smile. You don't just go laughing hysterically in the public and all of those things. So to a young person that's just coming up, that might come off as a bit as stuffy, boring. But by then you make them understand that etiquette is relational. It's not it's dependent on the area that you are, so they don't have to see it as boring, as stuffy. Let them see it as something polite. Imagine, for example, if you are discussing this issue of etiquette with them, you can ask them, if you were having a bad day, if you're having a bad day and somebody just comes and gives you a beautiful smile like I'm trying to give you right now, how are you going to feel? I'm sure your teenager will tell you that it's going to feel, even if not entirely better, it's going to feel much better than how he was feeling before he got the smile. And that's one of the ways to talk about etiquette. Etiquette is that too. Yeah, etiquette is seeing somebody and being genuinely happy and smiling that you see them. Not that somebody is greeting you, you're just you're not even answering well and all of that. So let them know that that is etiquette. Etiquette is polite, an acceptable, polite code of conduct in a place. Meaning that if you go against that, of course, there are going to be consequences. You can't just go about being grumpy to everyone and expect them to like you. It's not possible. So let them understand what etiquette really is. I already told us that etiquette is an acceptable code of conduct of a certain people or of a certain place. And of course, you have to let them understand that it varies from place to place. What do I mean from it varies from place to place? That takes us to the next one that we'll be looking at, which is that let them know this is how to resuscitate the. Don't forget, we're talking about resuscitating the culture of etiquette among the teenagers. And I said, number one, you need to let them understand what etiquette really is. Let them understand that etiquette is cautiousness, etiquette is being polite, is being kind, etiquette is passing a genuine compliment. All of those things and more, they are what etiquette is. And definitely, if you're on the receiving end of that, you're definitely not going to feel bad. Rather, you're going to feel good with yourself. So that's etiquette. Then number two, you need to let them know that the etiquette of the culture they are in. For example, some of my viewers, I have viewers from where I am, I have viewers from other African countries, and how people the other from cultures differ. Yeah, so you have to let them know that where are you? Am I in Nigeria? Am I in South Africa? Am I in United Kingdom, United States of America? Am I in Canada? Where am I? Am I in Germany? What is prevalent? Let them know the etiquette of the culture you live in. For example, I'll use where I am a Nigerian. Yes, proudly Nigerian. Okay, so I'm from Nigeria and I'm from the Yoruba speaking part of Nigeria. So, what is the prevalent etiquette of my people? So you need to let your teenagers know, just so that peradventure they find themselves amongst those kind of people. They're not lost. They're not at sea. They're not wondering what to do. So let them know the etiquette of the culture you live in. For example, if you're Yoruba and you're living in the eastern side of the nation, you know that of course the most common thing about Yorubas, okay, oh, if he's a Yoruba man, he must learn to prostrate. If he's greeting you 10 times in a day, he will be prostrating for you those 10 times. And if it's a Yoruba woman, of course, good morning, ma, good afternoon, ma, good evening, ma, this one, ma, this one, ma, that one, ma. It's not that's just the etiquette of where we are. It is not exactly applicable in other parts of Nigeria. So for example, if you're Yoruba and you find yourself, okay, in the eastern part of the country, you have to let your teenagers understand. And it's because it's by researching how do they greet here. I'm not sure that our brother and sister from the eastern part of the country and the northern part of the country, I am not sure that they kneel down, they prostrate to greet or kneel down as such. But definitely, I am aware that they also have their own way of courtesying, of passing respect, even whether to colleagues or whether to even contemporaries rather, or people that are older than them. So also wherever you live, if you are among the Britons, find out how do they do things, how do they greet, how do they pass comments, how do they talk, and you learn a lot of that by observing, by watching how they're doing, how do they relate, so that you don't go and breach. Some of these rules are unspoken, unwritten. You may not find them anywhere, so that you don't go and breach what you shouldn't be breaching, and then setting up yourself for a lot of unfriendliness. Okay, you need to know as a parent for yourself first. For example, you're just relocated to a new place, you need to find. I know of some cultures that when they have new neighbors, all the other neighbors come around to make them feel welcome, bring things for them, cookies, pastries, and all of that. So if that's what's happening where you are, for example, if you found yourself in a new place and they did that to welcome you, with or without them telling you, you should know automatically that that is how they welcome newcomers into their midst, to make them feel welcome, and not to make them not feel isolated. So you have to know the etiquette of the culture you are in. Are you in Canada? How do you put their greet? For example, when I got there, I saw that pets was a big deal for them here. Not was, is a big deal, and that alone, wow. It took some getting used to. You just see pets everywhere. But where we're from, of course, we have pets, but we don't carry them. We don't carry them everywhere. You don't put them in your cars. You don't put them on your beds and all of that. But when I got to where I realized that, man, these people have a big thing for animals. So that's a particular culture. So you have to understand. So you don't just go about and just go about throwing stones to the animals and all of that. So you have to understand this place I am. What is the etiquette of the culture, so that you don't go breaching? Because the moment you go breaching, you set yourself up for unfriendliness, you set yourself up for hostility, you set yourself up for being alone, because they're going to ostracize you without even telling you. That is it. Don't forget, it's an unwritten code. It's not as though they're going to give you a long code, or a long code that, okay, if you are from UK, this is how you behave. You're from Canada, this is how you. So you have to learn. And how do you learn? You open your eyes, and as you do that, you teach that to your teenagers too. So another thing to do to resuscitate the culture of etiquette is you have to let them know. So you have to let them know that some doors won't open unless good etiquette is present, especially if you are in the part of the world where a lot of premium is placed on respect for elders. Yes, ordinary good word of mouth, like omodadani. Apologies to my Yoruba non-speaking viewers. What I just said is that something as simple as, oh, she's a good child or is a good child, something as simple as that, you will be shocked at the kind of doors it's going to open for you. Yeah. So you have to let them know some doors won't open unless good etiquette is present. It won't open. It's not going to open. And what is good etiquette? What I just said. How are they gonna know that? Oh, she's a good child from their interactions with her, or from their interactions with him. They see how he talks to elders. They see how he responds to people. They see how he talks, how he carries himself in public. That's omodadani. That means that. Oh, please excuse me. That is a good child. As simple as it is, it's a door opener. You'll be shocked. You will be shocked. As a matter of fact, some people have gotten to places that they would never have gotten to, that they would never have imagined, if not for this etiquette that we're talking about. It is that important. So you need to let your teenagers understand its importance. So, for example, your teenage boy or girl is walking with you, and then sees you hold on to greet an adult, and then he just walks past. That's rude. So you do not, you don't, of course, you don't correct that then. But when you get home, you visit the issue that that thing that you did is totally unacceptable. It is rude. So imagine what impression will be laid in the mind of the person that I was speaking with. So little things like that. Or for example, you're in a public place, an elderly man is probably for example, you're in a banking hall, you are seated, all the seats are filled up, and an elderly man wants to sit. He's standing. You didn't have to tell you, vacate your seat, let him or her, elderly woman, or a pregnant woman, or a man, or a woman with a toddler child, or something. All of those are the simple rules of etiquette that you have to ensure that you don't break. So let them know some doors won't open. It won't. Because see, that's good word that they're gonna say on your behalf. See, you will not know the importance. You will not know all these little things that you're doing that you're thinking is not a big deal, or that you're not intentional about in passing on to your teenagers. Don't forget, if you don't pass it, if we the current trend of parents refuse to pass it on to our young ones, it's going to die off. But the thing is that if you now do the work of passing it on, the dividend it will bring, you will be surprised. People have gotten jobs. I can tell you for free, and I am not lying. People have gotten jobs on the basis of Omodadani. As simple as that is. So it's not going to matter. See, by the time people write you off as rude, as arrogant, as this, as that, some doors automatically just shut against you. And the scripture is then the scriptures. It says that God what resists the proud, then He gives grace to the humble. So what does it cost? What does it cost? Some doors will not open without this etiquette. Let them know. Please teach them these things. Another thing to teach them is that let them also know that some doors will slam shut in their faces because of lack of etiquette. Of course, it goes without saying. On the flip side of it, that's what's going to happen. You never have a good word to say about anybody. You're always grumpy. You're always at your worst behavior to everyone. Some doors are gonna slam shut in your face. So if you have a teenager that's all grumpy, all angry, you greet him, it's a difficulty to answer, the siblings can't talk, and it's just giving up all of these things. You have to let them understand that this is gonna do you a disservice as at the long run if you do not desist from it. Please, I'd like to know if I can be heard in the comment section. Please, can I be heard? Thank you if you can hear me. So, do you understand what I am saying? You have to let them know. You have to let them know that some doors will slam shut in their faces because of bad etiquette. Just the way people have gotten jobs because they said, but because somebody told somebody and the other person told somebody that can help them that, oh, mother Danny. The same way. As a matter of fact, it is not an overstatement if I dare say that if people keep saying, "Oh, that kind of child, no, oh, she's," and then everybody keeps doing that kind of facial, especially as I just did. No matter how smart you are, no matter how intelligent you are, your score starts coming down. It starts coming down simply because you will not greet, simply because you will not you pass by and then simply because people will be talking to you, you're pressing your phones. All these little things, we need to let our young ones understand it. They will just take it for granted. And of course, I know that it is extremely rude that somebody is talking to you and all you're doing is pressing your phone. It takes my ATL to remind me too, so I'm not saying that I am perfect. There are times that probably I'm busy doing something and she goes, "Mommy," and I say, "Hmm." And she goes, "Mommy," and I say, "Hmm." She goes, "Mommy, can you drop your phone?" That's a 8-year-old. She took offense. How much more a full adult, grown man? And then the person is trying to have a conversation with you, and all you're doing is pressing your phone. So all of those things, they matter, they go a long way. So we have to let our young ones understand this thing, that just the exact way good etiquette to open doors. It's the same way that bad etiquette would close the doors. I like to use the story of Joseph in the Bible. This was a guy that has been lied against, the wife of his boss lied against him that he wanted to try to have sex with her, that wasn't the situation. And because of that, the boss got angry, locked him up in the prison, and then he's been there forgotten. And by sheer providence, God just remembered him, and then something happened, and then the king said, and somebody said, "Oh, there's somebody in the prison that can interpret dreams." And they said, "Okay, bring him." The guy has been in prison for long. Definitely he's going to be shabby. Definitely. I pray that nobody, if you have stepped foot, into an African prison, you understand what I'm trying to say. So I know that he will not be looking his best. And he was in Egypt. So Egypt is an African country. And he wasn't looking his best. But because of that good training, that good etiquette, that had been incorporated into his life right from home, what did he do? The account we read was that he shaved himself so that he can blend to the environment that he is. And the culture then amongst the Egyptians is the men, they shave. They shave their head, their beard, everything. And by the time he was appearing before the king, he was appearing neat, trim and proper. Imagine if he was appearing as someone that's just coming from one funny looking place. Do you think the king would still be interested in listening to him, no matter how gifted he was? I don't think so. And that's going to take me to what we'll be discussing down the line. So, etiquette. And of course, dressing to is part of etiquette, yeah. So we have to know. So let them know that some doors will slam shut. Let your teenagers cover, let them dress modestly. It's part of etiquette. You'll be surprised. Don't throw your breast in everybody's face. Don't harass people up and down. Don't throw don't dress as a boy and then you're sagging. I don't understand. You don't have a belt. These are the things that we have to tell our teenagers. It is part of etiquette. Everything. As a matter of fact, the Bible will tell you that irinisi nisheni lojo. That means you're going to be addressed just the way you are dressed. So these are part of etiquette. Imagine you're going for an interview, you're a lady, and then all you think you can offer is all of your breast is out. I mean, they're going to think that that's all you want to offer them. So these are etiquettes. Good dress. I mean, good dress sense. Dress sensibly. Dress modestly. Greet people. Smile at people. When you smile, please mean the smile. Don't just please don't be like that. When you smile, let it be genuine. Smile at people. Greet them warmly. Be warm. Don't be cold. They're greeting you. They're greeting you. Teach them these things. Don't assume that they know. It goes a long way. And the next thing you have to let them know is that you have to let them know that without etiquette, they will be poor at social skills. I'll tell you what I mean. I was at the session with my coach one of those days, and then she was telling that, hey, for me, there's a problem. And I said, what happened? She said that a daughter of hers, no, a daughter of her friends, they one of their friends was having 17th birthday or something, one of these states in Nigeria, and then they were having a birthday celebration. So this daughter of her friend requested that our mom drops her off at the birthday. And then they got there. It was supposed to be a gathering of young people, right? You would think that they will hang around each other. You think that they will get to know each other. You think that they will get to, chat and all of that. Let me tell you what happened. All of them were there. The music was playing, and they were all pressing their phones. Clueless. They were all pressing their phones. And that is what we have these days. I took my time to watch it. I'm on the bus commuting to work. Everybody is pressing phone. You're walking, everybody's pressing phone. I also press my phone. Of course, I do most of the stuff I do on my phone. But then, not at a public place, not at a social function. And if you're going to agree with me, you will know that a lot of our our teenagers are so inept at social skills. They can't make communications. You can go and check it. They can't make communications. And this thing that my coach said just buttress what I've always said. I mean, how can my young people, they do it, but I don't allow them. We meet once every month. I gather them. They say, go and meet. Yeah, you must meet one new person. And because they keep inviting, so we always have new people that we invite. So I say, you must meet. Come and tell me what you have known about the person. I mean, so without etiquette, you're going to be poor at social skills. You won't know how to interact. Is it you that you cannot pay somebody a compliment? Is it that you want to start? How do you begin to strike a conversation with someone that you're doing? That you're frowning your face at? Don't mind my facial expression, okay? So how are you going to strike a conversation? And then if you don't strike conversation, how are you going to get to know the person? Do you see the trend now? It follows. It follows. And how do you begin to know people? It's not by complimenting them. Oh, your haircut is nice. Yeah. Or, oh, I like the lipstick you are wearing. Oh, your perfume smells nice. And then from there, you strike a conversation. That's how things are done. So, but if you do not have that simple etiquette of greeting, if your mouth is too heavy that it cannot be lifted in greeting, how are you going to, how are you going to have the conversation? So these are the talks that you must have with your young people. Let them know that if they have poor etiquette, have you seen such people? I have seen them. Oh my God. I have seen them. I have seen them. People that cannot communicate. They can't communicate. There's zero at social skills. Zero at social skills. It comes from here. It comes from here. They're not able to imbibe this etiquette that we're talking about. And because of that, they struggle with their social skills. They're at a social gathering, people are talking, their input is not there because they don't know what to say. They don't know what to say. And how do you become friends? In this place that, young people take a lot of things for granted. Though that's why, as their parents, as their guardians, as their team mentors, we have to help them in these things. So let them know that if you're poor at etiquette, your social skills is going to be zero. And of course, you know that social skills are one of the skills that you need to make progress in life. Except you're joking with me, that's when you tell me that social skills is not important. Excuse me. In a place you cannot voice your opinion, you can't talk, you can't say anything. You have not started. You are not about to even start. Who's going to listen to you? Who's going to listen to you? So let them know that without etiquette, they will be poor at social skills. And when they are poor at social skills, that is a major disadvantage to them. Because they will not be able to leverage on relationships that they need to grow. They won't ever be able to leverage on situations that they need to ascend the ladder of success. So it all follows. It follows each other like that. The next thing you want them to know is that you have to let them know that etiquette is a container that will be seen before the content. And it's true. Etiquette is a container. That's the first thing people are going to see. Nobody wants to know. There's this saying that people say that, how do they say it now? They say that people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Yeah. That's how it's said. So let them know that etiquette is the container that will be seen before the content. It doesn't matter how smart you are, it doesn't matter how brilliant, it doesn't matter how intelligent you are. If your manners is poor, you're going to be classed, they're going to be put in the bin. I'm sure they will say that Iwaloba, pardon my Yoruba, I'm going to interpret it in English. They say Iwaloba, Wure or something. Yeah, that's good behavior, surpasses traditional voodoo, something like that. So the first thing people are gonna, people imagine. Okay, let's take it for example. I'm coming on this stream now, and as I just come, I just dive in straight into what I'm saying. You're gonna log off. Like, what's the matter with this one? It is that simple, really. So you need to let them know that it is the etiquette that they will see first before they will even know whether whether she knows what she's talking about or whether he knows what he's talking about. But if, for example, they say, oh, he's brilliant, and because he's brilliant now, that's why he cannot open his mouth to say good morning, sir, good morning, ma. Oh, he's greatly talented, so that's why he cannot and adult comes in, there's no extra chair, that's why he cannot stand up for the elderly one to sit. They're not going to care whatever it is that your talent, whatever talent that you have, that your etiquette is not brushing up for you, cannot yield for you as such. It can't yield for you as such. No matter how beautiful you are, if you are arrogant, if you're snobbish, nobody's going to listen to you. Oh, for starters, maybe they may, but eventually people are going to demand better respect. Everybody, it is a need. Everybody needs to feel respected, even our children. So if you treat people disdainfully because, oh, you are smart, you are this, you are that, you will be eating your talent by yourself. Nobody's going to patronize you. So let them know that what they will say. Have you not gone to the market? I'm sure it has happened to us. You actually went to the market to buy something else. Since, in all sincerity, you are going to buy something else. But because of the way the person that is selling the stuff, was happy with you, smiled with you, asked after your children as though she has known you before. And whereas she has never seen you before. But because of the way she smiled, buy from me, or look at you, your smile, especially those Igbo people, those Igbo traders. Before you know it, you have ended up buying what you do not need. So that is a simple magic etiquette. Everyone likes to feel important. Everyone likes to feel appreciated. So because you felt good, because the way the person treated you made you feel good, you said, oh, I should also do something in return. And that's what we're saying. So what you're going to see first is the etiquette. Does she have manners? Do you know the opposite of someone do you know the opposite of someone lacking in etiquette? They say she's mannerless. Or he is mannerless. And when people say mannerless, they're writing the person off already. So you have to let the teenagers understand these things. They have to know that, fine, you are intelligent, but you can't, because you are intelligent, talk rudely to your teachers. You can't, because you are intelligent, talk rudely to your siblings. So they have to know that the first thing they will see is that etiquette, that your cheerfulness, that your a big smile. A big smile, it works wonders every day, no matter how low you're feeling. It happened to me, was it last week or last 2 weeks? I was in church, and the lady just gave me a big, giant smile. And then she hugged me and said, oh my God, I didn't even know I needed that. That's what I told her. Because I didn't know that I needed that at that point. So tell me that kind of person now will not have my attention. So that's just it. So your teenagers have to know these things. That the first thing people will see, the first thing they will see is etiquette, and that's the container. Before they see the contents, let them know. Before they now see, oh, he's talented, oh, he's graced, oh, he's gifted, oh, he's this. How is she approaching people? How does she talk to people? Do people feel better by being in her presence? That is what is going to matter. You have to let the teenagers know these things. So we've talked about how many now? Like 6. I said number 1, let them know what etiquette really is. I've told us that etiquette is the acceptable code of polite behavior in a particular environment. So I said, let them know the etiquette of the culture they live in. Where they live in. Are they in the East? For example, if you're in the North, you can't go about, if you're in the northern part of Nigeria, even if you're a Christian, okay, you can't, the way they dress, their own etiquette of dressing there is quite different from the way you dress in the South. So that your kid don't pose a danger to himself or herself in a strange land. She has to, if she will be living in that place, then she has to conform to the dressing of that place. She has to know. So let them know the etiquette of the culture they are in. If you are in if even if you like come from Obodo Yibo, if you are living in Yoruba land and you want to greet an elder, there is a way they expect you to greet that elder. So it doesn't matter whether your father is President Joe Biden. As long as you are in that place, they expect you to imbibe the etiquette of that place. So let them know the etiquette of the culture they are in. And also, if you're not from Africa and then you find yourself in the West, you can't go about kneeling down to everybody you see. Say, good morning, man, good morning, sir. You can't go. But they're looking at that. You're gonna be strange to them. You're gonna be weird to them. So you have to understand. They have to understand the etiquette of the place they have, and ensure that they imbibe it. Beyond understanding it, they have to imbibe it. Then the next thing they need to do is they have to know that some doors won't open unless good etiquette is present. I already said that. Something as simple as, oh, she's a very good child. You didn't dash them money. You didn't give them any money. But because you just didn't and just give them good morning, ma, good morning, sir. Just flash that your own and just go your own way. You will not know. It's paving way. And I've told you, and I lie not in God. People have gotten job by just mere word of mouth recommendation, especially in Africa. So let them know that doors will also slam shut in their face because of lack of etiquette. So that's where it doesn't matter what you know. And then you go about being haughty, you go about being, puffing your shoulders. You see people you can't greet. Some doors, even if they open, you will struggle. You will struggle. Then you also have to let them know that without etiquette, there will be poor social skills. And I just told us, young people that should be interacting, mingling with each other, getting to know each other, they got themselves in a social gathering and nobody could say anything. All of them were just quiet, busy pressing their phones. And we have agreed that one of the skills that teenagers need to excel, one of the skills that teenagers need to succeed is social skills, ability to mingle, to interact, to relate is very key. And then where do they get it from? From etiquette. So the next thing you have to let them know is that etiquette is the container that will first be seen. The first thing people are going to see was that, how did that girl conduct herself? Or how did this girl conduct herself? How did this boy conduct himself? Before they even begin to now go into the merit of how he behaved. For example, because you think you know all of the interview questions, you walk into the interview venue and then you could not even say good morning because you feel that she's a lowly receptionist. You'll be shocked. That's the last you hear about that job. And then you'll be shocked that ordinary good morning, good afternoon, or whatever it is, oh, your brooch is so lovely, oh, your earring is so lovely. I mean it. Ordinary, that's one. You'll be shocked that the word that the receptionist will put in before the panel of the interviewers. Oh, she was very cautious. She will even be hyping more than you did. So that's it. Our teenagers have to know this thing because a lot of them who has seen a young person walk by, the rate at which they just walk by you as though they didn't see you is alarming to me. Young people, 12, 13, 14, 15. I know because they have big statures, they are tall, they are all big, and they just walk by. I'm like, what's going on here? So they have to know that etiquette is the container that will first be seen. The first thing people will see is the container, which is the etiquette. That's the first thing that they will see. Then they have to now, the next thing they have to do, or the next thing you have to teach them to resuscitate this culture of etiquette is that let them know that etiquette makes their journey faster. It is true, makes it faster. Yoruba people will say that the fact that you prostrate, for a dwarf person, an extremely short person, does not mean that you should not get to where you're going. Good morning, ma. Good morning, sir. How was your night? You have gone. Whatever they are saying, it doesn't matter anymore. But you just go your own thing. They will start now. Oh, how was your weekend? How was it? You have gone. Hope you had a nice trip. Little things. You have done your own, you have gone. It's going to make your journey faster. Because out of all of them, one of them will be able to say, oh, that lady is not like that. That young man is not like that. They'll be able to put in a good word, even while you are not there. You will not know. But it has happened before. And if something has happened before, it can happen again and again. So let them know that good etiquette is going to make their journey faster. It is very, very important. Their journey is going to be much faster. Is it not easier? Is it not easier going through life knowing that You have let a tiny dose of pleasantness everywhere you have touched. I think it's easier. Not that when people remember you, they just remember you as one grumpy teenager or as one too big to talk to anyone, It's easier. So you have to let your teenagers know these things. See, teenagers they are at the stage of life where they feel that I don't care. But we as adults, we know that they ought to care about these things. Why? Because in the long run, it's going to matter. That's why we're going to make them care. That's why you're going to make them care. So that's why you're going to insist they do the right thing. Or for example, your teenagers, they can't take their phone and call their grandparents. That's a signal to you. That should signal something to you. I don't mean children that don't have phones. I mean grown-ups that teenagers 15, 16, 18 that have phones. So they don't feel any form of affiliation or connection to their own parents. That should worry you. And it should send you a message. So these are the things that we're talking. These are the conversations. It is easier to go. And it doesn't, you know what? All these things, they don't harm, they don't kill. As a matter of fact, the first beneficiary of good etiquette is you that you have displayed it. I like to say it. Yes, it's you that you have, because you know what? It will be any use cause long after you have gone. So you have to let the teenagers understand these things. There's a girl in my daughter's class. Anytime I see her, very beautiful girl, eager to just throw a smile and throw a greeting. And because of the etiquette of this place that we are, they're not the ones that say, they're not the ones that will just kneel down or whatever. But you see that she's very pleasant. Very pleasant. Very pleasant. Oh, did it smile? And one day she said, "Oh, okay, can I come back for a sleepover? Abi, what? I didn't even think twice. Normally, I would have had a bit of reservation because of one or two things, but I just looked at her and said, "This is a sweet child." And then she came over to my house. These are people from entirely different cultures, different church, everything. What warmed that little girl's way into my heart? I had tickets. Did she dash me money? It was just, "Oh, Judith's mom, good morning. Oh, Judith's mom." And little things like that go a long way. So imagine your teenager is like that. People will tend to want to do more for her, even without her asking. And that's the law of life. When you give, you receive. You give politeness, you receive more. You give kindness. That means if you give a beautiful smile, you're going to receive laughter. I like to say, say it that way. So teach them these things. Teach them. Because if you don't, you're going to raise people that will just grow up into assuming that, oh, the whole universe falls flat before them. Of course, we know that nothing like that happens. So don't raise them into believing that, or they're going to grow up thinking that I'm all by myself. I'm intra, I'm intra-dependent instead of interdependent. So those are the conversations, really. And that's why you should start having them now. So if you have a teenager that all she does or all he does is locks himself up in his room when the whole family is in the living room, you don't want to accept that no more. Because that will tell you what he's going to do outside. If he cannot relate with his immediate family, his sisters, his brothers, his mom, and his dad. When he gets into the class, he's not going to talk to anyone. No. And he's going to be having difficulties with his teachers. So go and find out. So these are the conversations. Let them know that exhibiting good etiquette makes their journey faster. Because when they are not there, it is people that will not be saying to them that, I will not be saying about them that, oh, no, that child, no, is an exception, or she's an exception. And I'm sure that we all want to raise exceptional children. So they don't say because we're living in an estate, we don't know anybody, everybody's just doing his own, and that's why you see your neighbor or people that you live together in the same, maybe block of flats or whatever it is. Or you meet yourself on the staircase, you can't say good morning, how's the family, how? Come on. They have to be taught these things, that etiquette makes their journey faster. Another thing you have to do is that let them understand etiquette is rooted in how they want to be treated as well. As a matter of fact, this is one of the cardinal rules of life. Do unto others as you want them to do unto you. Do you want to receive kindness? Give the kindness. If you're having a bad day, would you prefer that you receive a smile I hope nobody's having a bad day here. And if you're having a bad day, I'm offering you a smile from the bottom of my heart. You know, that's it. Do you want to receive a smile? You give a smile. Do you want to receive a compliment? You give a compliment. Do you want to receive friendship? Give friendship. That is it. That is this whole concept of etiquette thing that we're talking about. It is rooted in how they want to be treated as well. So if you don't want people to snub you, you don't want people to be snobbish towards you, you don't want people to be arrogant to you, you don't want people, what you don't want people to do to you, don't do it to them. Because the thing I've realized is that people that are arrogant, they're the ones who first call people arrogant. You start wondering where is that coming from. Maybe because they have not seen themselves in the mirror, yeah? So let them understand that this whole thing about etiquette is rooted in how they want to be treated as well. How do you want people to treat you? How would you feel? Imagine, it's also part of etiquette. Your teenagers, they're in a class, everybody is what's the word now? Nobody is talking to a particular student, everybody is just leaving him, ostracizing him. How are you gonna feel if that's done to you? It's part of etiquette. So let them know that it's rooted in how do you want to be treated. The way you want to be treated is the way you should treat others. And I think it's a cardinal law of life, is in the scriptures. I'm sure if you look in the Quran, we'll see something similar to that too. So it's about that, really. All this talk about etiquette, this, that. Imagine how would you feel if you went into a full room of people, you just barged in and you didn't say a word to anyone? How would you feel if that was done to you? That is all this thing that we're talking about. Let them know that etiquette is etched in doing unto others what you want them to do to you. Etiquette is, how would you feel? You want to use a public toilet and then you enter the place is messed up. So when you enter a public toilet, if you use it, clean it up. Don't say, oh, some people come and clean it. How would you feel you open the fridge, what you have kept there, nobody tells you. Yeah, you kept it there for yourself to eat at a later date, okay? So, and then you got there, you didn't find it, and nobody came to ask your permission before they put it, and it's not there for the family. How are you going to feel? So those are the conversations, really. Let them know. Etiquette is etched in how would you feel. It is etched in how they want to be treated by others. So if you want to be treated well, treat others well. How would you feel if you go work for somebody? I know some of us, we have, God has really blessed us. We have people that are living with us in our house. They're helping us with house chores and all of that. So how will your teenager feel if she goes to somebody's house to go and help someone to work, and then the child in that family is rude to her? How's she going to feel? Do you understand? Or because she has gone to work in that family, then a much younger child talks to her anyhow, calls her stupid, or calls her all of those funny things. It is part of etiquette. So, but that you have people that are working for you at home does not give your teenager the license to talk to them anyhow. Or that even if they're not people that are working with you, if they are relatives living with you, the fact that they're living with you, sleeping in your room, under your roof, you're giving them food, does not give the license to your teenagers to talk to them in disrespectful manners. Because how would they feel if they had the one in that situation? Do you understand? These are the conversations we need to have with our young ones. It's about how would you feel if you were treated this same way. Let them understand that is what etiquette is rooted in. Then another thing to let them know is that etiquette should be a habit, not an act. It should be a habit, a way of life. So you don't just greet people so that we can talk bad, or they can talk good about you. No, greet people because it is right to do so. It should be an habit, a way of life, not an act. They shouldn't pretend about it. Be genuinely nice to people without expecting anything in return. But if you're already placing, oh, this is I scratch your back, you scratch my back. No, that's not what we're saying. No. So it doesn't matter whether, it doesn't matter really. It's not going to matter. So it's not about I'm greeting so that you can greet me back. No, it will be pleasant. Don't misunderstand me. When it becomes a habit, when that is what your child has become. A creature of habits. So whether you greet me back, it doesn't matter. Whether I don't, but if you greet me back, I'll be glad. But if you don't greet me back, it doesn't mean that I will, because of that, disrespect you. I think I read somewhere that when people are rude to you, when they are mean to you, when they're nasty to you, it's not about you. It's not on you. It's on them. That's how you want to do your own. No problems. It's fine. It's fine. I'll still be nice to you. I'll still be kind to you. Because why? I have where I'm going. Don't forget, I told us earlier that I said etiquette makes our journey, the journey of our young ones, faster. So I've greeted you, I've gone. I've given you that, I've flashed that beautiful smile, I have gone. If you like to be there, be saying, I have gone. I've complimented you. Oh, your haircut is nice. How come no one is complimenting on my haircuts? That's not a joke, by the way. You know, oh, your haircut is nice. Oh, your perfume is lovely. Oh, I like your dress. I have said my own. I have gone. And I actually meant it. I have gone. I have gone. So it's a way of life for me. That's who I am. So if you like, do whatever. If you reciprocate it, I'm going to be grateful for it. But I'm not going to be living my life waiting whether you're going to reciprocate it or not. Do you see the difference? It's a way of life. It's an habit, not an act. So I'm not just saying it. And you know what? The thing is that when that etiquette will be paying off, even you'll be wondering, oh, who was it that I was, you'll be wondering. They will be wondering, rather, because we're talking about teenagers here. They're going to be wondering, okay, which of which, is there in the scriptures? It said, then cast your seed upon many waters. That after several days, it will come back. That you don't know whether it is this one that will come back, or whether it is that one that will come back, or whether it is this together that will come back. You don't know. In the morning, in the afternoon, you don't know which one. So make it a way of life. Just the way that, giving can be a way of life. You don't know the one that you will do that God will remember. Yeah. So it doesn't have to be pretense. It has to be a way of life and habit, what they do, because that's what they have been trained to do, by default. By default. There's something my daughter does that's just by default, by, deliberate programming. It has become it kicks in, reflex, it kicks in. So you're now reminding her, can't you greet? Oh, there are points that there are points in your journey that you'll be like, can't you greet? But with time, you're going to progress. And automatically, somebody comes to your house, your teenage daughter just goes there, serves them water, gives them juice, gives them fruit. Oh, what do you like? And then she's just, demonstrating those skills. That's when you know that, oh, you're going to pat yourself on the back, oh, well done, you have done a good job. So it's just, reflex. It just kicks in. It just kicks in. And don't let me lie to you, okay? It has its own reward. Trust me on that. It has its reward. I already told us. People have just gotten breaks that they will never have gotten. But for that simple phrase of, oh, or mother than she or he is a good child. So let them understand there has to be an habit. They don't have to pretend about it. Then finally for tonight, you have to let them know that they better the world simply by observing etiquette. And it is true. Oh my, this is so true. They make the world a better. I just told you my own experience. The woman just saw me, hugged me, gave me a beautiful smile. And I told her, oh, I need that. And she said, let me hug you some more. That day she made my day better. As simple as that was. Imagine if some people, okay, that simple compliment you passed that day might be the only one that they're going to receive for the entire week. Please, have you made that day better for them or have you not? So if they were having funny thoughts about themselves before, have you bolstered their or have you not? So that's the conversation, really. So it's not, essentially, don't forget I said etiquette is rooted in doing unto others what you want them done unto you. So have they made the world a better place or have they not? Those are the conversations. So let them know. So it doesn't matter. So it says, and she comes and says, oh, mommy, I greeted her, she didn't answer me. You tell her it's fine. Greet her anyway and go on your own way. Don't forget, it's about making the world better than you met it. And beyond that, much more than they know. When the dividends start to come, they're going to start wondering that, which one did I do? Which one did I not do? So that all of us will not wake up one day and we'll see that everything that we ever knew and then owed there has just flown away because we just took them for granted that it will always be there. Don't forget, I said, how do we resuscitate? That means it's going down already. So how do we bring it up back? And I told us like 10 things. I said, number one, you have to let them understand what etiquette really is. Let them know the etiquette of the culture they live in. Let them know some doors won't open unless good etiquette is present. Let them know some doors will slam shut in their faces because of lack of etiquette. Let them know that without etiquette, they will be poor at social skills. Let them know that etiquette is a container that will be seen first before the content. Let them know that etiquette makes their journey faster. Let them understand that etiquette is rooted in how they want to be treated as well. Let them know that etiquette should be a habit, not an act. Finally, let them know that they better the world. Don't forget, what we are raising is world changers, people that will make the world better by the simple fact that they are here. That's what we're raising. People that will have an impact on the world. We're not raising people that feel entitled, people that feel that the whole world should fall flat before them, people that feel that they have nothing to contribute to the world, but they everything that they expect the universe to just give them everything that is within him. We're not raising entitled people here. We're raising people that have empathy, people that can feel other people that can connect with other people that will have a sound relationship with other people. That's the kind of people that we're seeking to raise. And then how do we raise all this without etiquettes? I do not think that it is possible. So the next time your teenager is telling you that person is so stuffy, so boring, you know what to say. So the next time your teenager is telling you, I don't want to talk to the person, you know what to say. These things are important. Don't forget, you will not always be here, but your legacy will always be here, even long after you're gone. It is what, and you know what? One thing about these young people is that they need to be taught these things. They need to be shown how to do these things. So if you're taking it for granted, everybody is saying, everybody is forming woke, please let us stop this wokeness of a thing. Let us teach our teenagers the right things to do. Let us model to them the right things. And as we do that, that is when we're becoming an advantage to them. That is when we're making a difference in their lives. So that even after, whether we are here or we are gone, those things that we have put in them will always be there. And that's where, my dear parents, I say thank you for joining me today again. You've been here from beginning, 7 p.m. till now. Trust me, you are the real MVP. I don't take it for granted. You could have chosen not to come, but notwithstanding, you are still here. And then you're not only here, you waited till the end. And like I always like to say, if it is just one of these things that I've been saying you want to take and run with, please, it is known. And the Bible says that it is lines upon lines, precept upon precept. Yes, one here, shook it, one there, shook it, the other one, shook it, the other one, put it. And before you know, you have a whole masterpiece of human being before you. Don't forget, this journey is a journey that has a time frame. It has a time frame. Everything you need to put in your children has a time frame. Look at us. We are dried fish already. Yeah, we are already. But for those ones, they're still moldable, they're still malleable. And please put in the work now. I encourage you. And once again, my name is Fumilola Akintola Williams. I am the lead coach at the Informed and Reformed Teens Academy. We run an academy for girls from age 8 to 18. And we're on social media, on all social media handles, on YouTube, on Instagram, on Facebook, as Twitter Academy. Please kindly refer us. So if you've been having value for all the times I've been coming here, please tell a parent to tell a parent to tell another parent that we have an academy that we're running for girls, and I would like that they come on board. Because see, you can't parent a teenager alone. Trust me. Thank you for joining me. I don't take your time for granted. Thank you. See you next Saturday. I trust that you'll be here. God spread in our lives, and I also will look forward to seeing you. Don't forget, Twitter Academy. Follow us, like us. Yes, bring your girls to us. And you yourself, the parents, please get on board. Learn how to parent. We were never taught these things, trust me. And we have to do it. And as we're doing that, my sincere hope is that we'll be able to raise people that will be better than us. That's my aim, really. That's my life's goal. People that will be better, that will do more better, so that all the mistakes we made, all the errors we committed, people that will not commit the same errors by virtue of the fact that we have done an intentional work. I know it's hard, but I am rooting for you. Okay, we can do it. Thank you, Mama. I appreciate your time, and for everyone, of course, you can also watch. I said that we're quite low today. I don't know, but it's fine. So the same link will bring you to this and other videos. We have a lot of videos. Trust me. So we have that you can learn from, glean from, and just walk your journey from. Thank you very much. I am grateful. I'll be in your faces, on your screens again on Saturday. Bye. Thank you.